Peace and love, everybody. We will begin in about 10 minutes or less. We will begin in about 10 minutes or less. I appreciate everybody joining in, tuning in. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Apologies for the wait. Who we got in the building? We got TJ Nab in the building. I got your donation too. Look, I got a lot of y'all's donations, and I appreciate that. Okay, I appreciate that. We about to get started. I think I will include something we won't go over today. I think I might do that. I might touch it really quick. I don't have it downloaded, so I'm going to have to go download it. But let me know that you can hear me too, that I got a good sound check. Let me know all is well. Hope y'all like the music. Appreciate the donations. So far, listen, we haven't even went over this stuff yet. Y'all dropped donations, and I appreciate that. We got, let's see, I got TJ Nab dropped a donation. Let me go to the donations. Let me see. I got Orthodox American. I appreciate you. Dropped a donation. We got SOS Administrators. Dropped a donation. Check them out, too. SOS Administrators on the Instagram. We got Sheldon Wallace. They help businesses recover tax credits and things of that nature. Rebates and savings for your business, small businesses and big businesses alike. We got Al Bynum in the building all the way from San Fran, Oakland area. Peace and love. J27 May. Peace and love, King. Wendell Freeman. Peace and love. Matei Farrell L. I don't know if I said his name right. Peace and love. Joe Elder says salute. Peace and love. Chef Loco presents. Peace and love. Look, man, I appreciate everybody. Look, I'm going to tell y'all right now. Thank you guys for sending me. Listen. Because I know not everybody can send donations, and I completely understand, but I don't. If you're a man, go out there and get that money. But I do appreciate the love, the support, just the testimonials y'all been sending me. Thank you guys. Y'all been texting me. Y'all been emailing me how I've inspired you and how I've changed your lives. I appreciate that. You can send it on the Instagram. That's done_Kalam. You can send me testimonials there. I'll get to them eventually. You know I'm chasing the money first. But that's money to me too. That makes me feel good because you never know what a person's going through. So I just want to say thank you for that. And I'm just going to pull straight from my files that I downloaded from you guys. Downloaded today. I'm not a licensed attorney or tax expert. I do this for informational and educational purposes only. If you feel you need competent counsel, find yourself some. Wendell Freeman, I appreciate you, dog. His last name's already Freeman, you feel me? Last name's already Freeman. He just dropped a donation. We're going to go over what I downloaded first, and then, no, let me just download this real quick. My apologies. I'm going to give it all to you right away. A lot of people pay a lot of money for what I'm giving y'all right now, but I've been holding on to it for so long, so I'm going to give it to you for the low. Alright, my apologies. I'm just getting it right now. And then we're going to get started. I'm going to give y'all a little quick 20, 30 minutes real quick little lesson. And the reason why I do that, I try to drop all the key facts, but there's always going to be small little details that you need to go back and check, okay? You need to have an understanding yourself, period, of anything you do or file with these corporate entities. Because they think you're a dead person. They think you're ignorant already. Okay? Hope that makes sense. So, one little mess up and you don't know what you're doing, they're going to go in on you. And it's simple as that. It's simple as that. And look, when this information hits your doorstep and you find it value in your life and you're still not getting ahead, it's because you need to connect with the person that gave you the information or work with people that are utilizing this information. You follow me? But if you find value from it, make sure to hit me up and leave a monetary donation. Simple as that. Simple as that. And let's get started. Like I said, I'm not a licensed attorney or tax expert. I do this for educational and informational purposes only. Fort Worth Cattle Company, appreciate you. Thank you for the donation. Let's see here. Trying to share my screen, y'all. Hope y'all can see my screen now. I'm gonna change. I'm still not seeing it. There we go. There we go. Now let's get it. To the lecture. First and foremost, let's go to important addresses. Important addresses. Now, this is for the advanced people, okay? Advanced. If you're a beginner, you probably shouldn't be looking at this. I mean, you can look at it, but don't try it. Don't try it unless you know. Okay? Don't try it unless you know for sure. All right. Don't try it unless you know for sure. So, I like Ogden, Utah, because you got to understand all crimes are commercial. All courts are tax courts. If you're dealing with anything on paperwork, it's a tax issue, okay? It's a tax issue. They're trying to take over the Bitcoin game, too. But look, boom. There's the main addresses. We got the Austin, Cincinnati, Fresno, Kansas City, and Ogden. These are the processing centers that will process American National paperwork. Need y'all to know that before we get any further. People are like, what does this have to do with the Treasury? Listen, the Internal Revenue Service is the bookkeepers for the United States Treasury. Does everybody understand so far? We got Pilot Solo in the building. Pilot Solo in the building. Look, unless you got prior permission from me to send me a Zelle, do not send me a Zelle. Unless you talk to me directly. You talking about I'll send you a Zelle for the da-da-da. Bruh. Unless you talk to me directly, I can't help you. Because you didn't discuss that with me. There's no Zelle on any of these forms. It says Cash App or MalikKalam.com or DonKalam.com. Don't even come to me with that. Put you on time out just because. That's how I rock. I ain't got time to be answering all y'all's questions in the chat. And y'all, listen, do not talk about money issues in the chat. Y'all gonna discuss my financial information to the public? This is not cool. And unless your name is Quinn Jones, I didn't okay receiving money from a Zelle. And that's the only person I received Zelle from is Quinn Jones. So, hey, we'll leave it at that. Now, back to this. Now, next, I don't even know where to start with this. I'm just going to show you what's included in this form. So, this is the substitute IRS form for the WA-BIN. And this is the affidavit. This is the actual affidavit. Now, if you don't understand what a WA-BEN is, this is a simple form of status correction. So certificate of foreign status as a private beneficial owner, fiduciary and public trustee, and attorney in fact, over and for the United States corporate taxing, withholding, and statements. If you understand just that little part alone, that's status correction. And this is why I don't understand why people are getting so confused. Look, certificate of foreign status. Foreign status. We already went over. Listen, if you're new to me, I apologize. Well, I'm talking to my old students. But look, 1408, 8 USC 1408. This is everybody in the United States. You're a national. When you choose to be a citizen, you're giving up your rights. When you choose to be a national, you're enforcing your rights. It's that simple. So 8 USC 1408, does everybody understand this code that's in the chat? Nationals, but not citizens of the United States. And I think where a lot of people is messing up at too is they're not understanding that like all debt is prepaid. There's no such thing as debt for an American national. Hold on. So 8 USC 1408. Know that. Know what it is. Understand it. Make it part of your vibration. If you don't understand this code, listen, y'all need to understand all these codes and definitions. To be honest with you, because you're out here operating in commerce. You're out here touching money. You're out here touching bank cards. They're considering you a tax expert, period. And then you're filing and signing forms. Court means any court created by Congress of the United States, excluding the United States Tax Court. Do not assume that all courts are created by Congress, because they're not. Anytime, that means it's a tax issue, and this is why they break down debt. Anytime you see state right here, or United States Federal Corporation, security agreement, provides for a lien. Why would they have this on there? If it's not money, all crimes are commercial. Everything is money. These are the things you got to remember. These are their codes. These are their codes. 27 CFR 7211. This is the United States. United States criminal codes, okay? All crimes are commercial. 27 CFR 2711. Just click on one and read it. Read what it says. According to late Chief Justice William H. Rehnquist, 100% of the people that are in federal or state penitentiaries are there voluntarily. I'm going to put that there. I need y'all to read that one right there. That's a good read. J27 says, J27 May says, man, I grasp the concept. It literally messed my head up, bro. So, understand these codes definitions, because this is the law that they have to go by. This is the law they go by. Codes and statutes is what they believe in. Codes and statutes is how they do their job. Rules and regulations. So these are things you must understand, but there's always something that triumphs the codes and statutes and rules and regulations, and that's common law. But you got to learn that all the rules and regulations go with common law, so you got to learn how to apply it correctly and word it right and create the right documents and play the game correctly, because they're trained to do certain things. And if you keep going, it's going to look like you're not getting ahead, but you're really doing the right things. And you just got to follow it with the right entities. So that's why I'm letting you know. There's always an administrative process before you can get anything. When you start updating your status with the certificate, like I showed you, certificates and affidavits. So we've seen this. This is important. Private bank, substitute IRS, W-8 bin, form and affidavit. So, like I said, this little paragraph alone, it's a couple sentences. Listen, this is true status correction at its best. Certificate of foreign status as a private beneficial owner, fiduciary, public trustee, and attorney in fact over and for the United States corporate taxing, withholding, and settlements as directed by the Department of the Treasury, IRS. Now look, I'm gonna take you to some more facts. Okay? Facts that cannot really enter the record in the corporate realm. Who owns the United States debt? I need to implement this in your subconscious mind so you know what's going on. The public holds over 21 trillion or almost 78% of the national's debt. That's from thebalance.com. 21 trillion. Look, it says, what many people don't know is this Social Security Trust Fund, it's a trust, also known as your retirement money, owns most of the national debt. It's 21 trillion. The U.S. Treasury manages the U.S. debt through its Bureau of the Public Debt. So it's all tax forms. You got to understand that debt held by the public, 21 trillion. It's all forms. That's how you get these credits, because it's all credits. And with these forms and these credits, it makes them look like they're over natural resources. But it's the people that really own the land, and that's over natural resources. They need your permission, and you file these forms, and you're giving them permission. So you got to understand what's really going on. So look, here's a self-executing emancipation. From the guardian and parental controls, you got to understand, a parent is a pair who rents. Child or children is property of a corporation. The United States is a federal corporation, which would make them your parent. So look, check this self out. My self-executing emancipation from the guardian parental controls and authority from the constitutionally chartered church and state corporations as my right of age. And then it breaks down the definitions. Disabling statutes. Understand, look, I don't got time to go over all of these, but I need y'all to see what is in this package. We got trust receipts. We got depository slips, depositor, receiver, warehouse receipts. Understand, listen, I might do another class. If you're a private member, you know, we do this stuff all the time in the classes. But I'll do a class later on. We'll go over all this, all right? And the class is going to be a lot more than $10, so you already got the files. So look, man, so liberty is the absence of servitude and restraint. You need to understand that and learn how to reinforce your liberties. So there's a definition sheet, but these are emancipating, help emancipation. This is enforcing your foreign status. This is enforcing your national rights, all right? And we're just going to keep going. Look, I wasn't going to go over this, so I need y'all to understand this. I like this. What does the word Bible mean? Banking instruments, banking laws, and equity. The private is the living, whereas the public is the unknown or dead. Per the English Acts of 1873 and 1875, which are supported in America by the Michigan Law Review Association and the U.S. Supreme Court. It says, when there is a conflict between the rules of law and the rules of equity, the rules of equity shall prevail. That wording is key. It uses the word conflict. The conflict you want to mention is that you have a conflict with the rules of law and that you have to plead it particularly. The 1793 Debt Relief Act. Look, this stuff has been going on forever. I need y'all to know that. Thousands of years. Thousands of years. I'm trying to show y'all how to free it. Remember these addresses. Now remember, this is the courts right here. Remember, this is the courts. Once you file your forms at the administrative level, these lower level corporations, whether it's a bank, whether it's a courtroom, because a court is a bank, state level court, then district court. Then you go to the IRS. File everything that you need with them. This is breaking down the definitions about letters of credit. You have to have these definitions on file because this is your law. And then it's breaking down what fraud and forgery is, and then who the true presenter is and the beneficiary, and then what a letter of credit is. All right. Then this is a form. This is request for advance or reimbursement. I'm part of these Treasury forms, and I'm gonna break it down. I got instructions too that's gonna be included, so do not worry. They're not Don Kilam's instructions though, but they're instructions. Another voucher for payment under Federal Tort Claims Act. That's a standard form 1145. That's what's gonna be included, just for $10. I'm telling you. Standard form 1047, public voucher for refunds. We did the self-executing emancipation. The private form 56, showing you how to fill it out. You know, the foreign grantor trust, because it's a Social Security trust. That's what a lot of people ain't understanding. Social Security Trust Administration. This is owed to your Social Security trust. I'm just showing you what's included. All right. And you got the profit forms. I want y'all to know, look, so when you start understanding this, because you see this, 21 trillion is owed to you. And a lot of people are getting scared because those are big numbers. But look, all you're doing is doing your best to enforce your rights. This is all I would be doing. I'm enforcing my rights. The claim and exercise of a constitutional right cannot be converted into crime. A denial then would be a denial of due process of law. So far as everybody paying attention, everybody following along, we watched this 8 or 9 times. J27 says, you must grasp this, man. Words for real. Paperwork. Yes, sir. Well, I want y'all to know, because a lot of people fear false evidence appearing real. A lot of people don't understand. A lot of people are scared. Listen, this is off the best knowledge. If it's your knowledge and beliefs, all debt is prepaid. You just look it up. All debt must be paid in silver and gold. You can Google stuff and figure it out on your own. I think it's Article 1, Section 9 of the Constitution. You see this? No state shall enter into any treaty, alliance, or confederation, grant, make anything but gold and silver, and coin a tender in payment of debts. That's Article 1, Section 10. Article 1, Section 10. No state shall enter into a treaty, alliance, or confederation, grant letters of marque and reprisal, coin money, emit bills of credit, make anything but gold and silver, coin a tender in payment of debts, pass any bill of attainder, like impairing, and then law of impairing the obligations of contracts, or grant any title of nobility. So they're not getting the titles of nobility higher than president. Okay, so that's still intact, but they're using contracts to bypass money because they're no longer using silver and gold. But they're a corporation, so that's how they bypass that. And that's the law right there. That's the Constitution right there. The supreme law of the land for everybody that needs more proof of what I'm doing. Now, figure that out. Just let y'all know what it is. So, a right cannot be converted into a crime. For everybody that's being scary or scared, listen, a right cannot be converted into a crime. We went to thebalance.com. We found out that 21 trillion is due to the public. We just want our piece. So we're filing the right forms with the IRS, which is the courts, because according to 28 USC, all courts are tax courts. Because this court does not have permission from Congress to exist. Because if it does, I need to see the delegation of authority order, because I am the public and you're a public servant. That means I'm the master. Do you understand? If you find this information valuable, you know what to do. Leave a donation on the Cash App. You feel me? On the Cash App. And I appreciate, and Angel Electric just dropped the Cash App. Appreciate you. Now, where was we? 1099A. This is, so with the 1099A, I'm going to bring this up and show you. I got my own little process that I do, but I want y'all to know that certain things do have to be filed with the A when dealing with debt, because this is how you acquire the amendment. It's either an acquisition or an abandonment. The 1099A is going to get filed, period. They're either going to file it or you have to file it. And when they file it, they're going to file it as an abandonment. When you file it, you're filing it as an acquisition. Do you understand? Acquisition is acquiring what's due to you. So now it's yours. And this is dealing with the private estate, because it is a private estate. It's dealing with the maritime law. This is dealing with the UCC codes. This is dealing with their laws. We're implementing their codes and their statutes, because this is what they do against you to enforce you. Next. You got to have your own, you have to lay down your own law. Your own definitions, your own law. And this is our Constitution. Well, it's really a trust. It's a constructive trust. And it's breaking down that we're staying against the servitude. We're not going to go into involuntary servitude. We're not fighting with you guys. We'd rather be friends with you and go along with it. We accept it for value. We accept it for claims. We don't want no beef with you. We wear the right flag, but we're not going to be slaves, period. More definitions. More definitions. If there's no definitions, this makes it clear, cut, and direct. Clear, cut, and direct. Teleshop, Quinn Jones, got you. Got you. Appreciate your donations. I'm getting y'all's donations. I'm just going to shut y'all up. So let's bring it down. Canon. Canon is the law, a church officer who took venue for conducting services. But this is more definitions for you that needs to be included. You can include this with your UCC1, whatever you want to include this with. Just make sure it gets on file, gets on the record. If I was you, I can't tell you what to do, you know? More definitions. I might do a class over this too, man. I'll let you guys know. I'm just going over this quickly. And if you paid to get these documents, I'll make sure that you get in the class too. You already paid for it, no matter what the cost of the class is. Now, we're always addressing things to certain CFOs, but anybody that you have contracts with, especially like your hospital, courts, whatever, I would send them this letter. You're emancipating from them. I would even send the address change to the same people as well. Hospitals, any corporate government that you signed anything with, send them this. Now, if it's the court, I would do it to the court clerk. They don't have a CFO. And there's another letter. I'm just showing y'all examples. Whoever y'all got relationships and dealings with. Another proclamation, documentation. So this is a true emancipation proclamation. Taking you from that citizenship, putting you back into the foreign status, national status. And this deals with England and Rome, because it ties back to all the way back to the Catholic Church. They say they own everything in the world. This is for more of the advanced people, the USSS Independent Treasury Electronics Transfer. Some people know about it because some people do have Treasury accounts and TD accounts. And last but not least, I am going to include this. This is 96 pages. I have done private classes on this. But I'm going to include it. There is instructions. Listen, just read it over and over until it makes sense and do your study or homework. It's going to give you a different form of declaration of status. This is the whole Treasury pack right here. Why it's important to have your declaration of status, your power of attorney in fact, your certificate of authority, and your affidavit of copyright for the name, for the estate, for the foundation. You got to have all these. It shows you how to separate you from the system, telling them the true designation of the paperwork, because the paperwork is their jurisdiction. Then you got a certificate of identity with the Treasury and the Department of Justice. A lot of people know about quiet title that's dealing with real estate and mortgages. And this pulls out the public. I'm not a business. You're taking my ID, you know? There's a declaration of status. This is the Patrick Devine's declaration of status. I got my own declaration of status, but it's very similar. I'm including all of this right now. $10. $10, you'll get all this information. Power of attorney in fact. And this is what they're using. Hold harmless agreements. They're saying they're your power of attorney. Certificate of authority. That's important. I went over this in the past. Affidavit of copyright. I would file that ASAP. So if they use your name, you just black it out and send it back. You can't use my name without my permission. It's copywritten. Certificate of identity. And I like mine with the Department of... I got mine with the Department of Public Debt because, you know, they handle the debt as well. So I did my certificate of identity with the Department of Public Debt, but these are one and the same. U.S. Department of Justice and the certificate of identity with the Treasury. That's the OMB number 1530-0026. And if you're incarcerated, you need to get the certificate of identity on the record ASAP, especially with the Department of Justice, because that's who handles all prison cases. I don't care if you're in the state prison or not. The Department of Justice knows about you. You got a DOJ number. And then it's breaking down a lot of different things. Your foreign grant of trust, your EIN. So look, it's going to show you how to set up your foreign grant of trust EIN. It's going to show you how to set up your estate EIN. It's going to show you how to set up your individual banker's EIN. All right. And then your 9-digit post zip code EIN, which I don't utilize. I don't utilize a 9-digit post zip code EIN. Man. They doing out there. And then it shows you the addresses as well. Now, if you're dealing with the IRS commissioner, you need to see who the IRS commissioner is in that area or wherever you're doing it at, and address it to them directly. Address it to that person directly. But there's the SS4 if you want to fax it or mail it in for employee identification number. Shows you exactly how to do it. It's a whole template. Estate EIN. How to do it. You can fax this in. These are free EINs. You can only do one per day though. Banker's EIN. Boom. That's how you become an individual banker. The CEO of a bank. It's right there. You're going to be a truster. All banks are established through a trust EIN. All right. And then this is important to know. We went over the Form 56. The Form 56F. This is the notice concerning fiduciary relationship of a financial institution. So when you're setting up your trust in your private bank, you need to make sure the Form 56F is on the record with the right entities, especially the ones dealing with the bankruptcy, the United States Treasury, and the IRS. Now, this is for the advanced members, and when you start to learn what's really going on, these are the forms you're going to want to file. I know a lot of people that's coming into the game. Only, I would say 5% even understand this. So once you got your Treasury, you got to make sure your TDA account is established and together first, and then you would go to these forms. It's the FS Form 1455. This is requesting all your U.S. securities. Then the certificate of identity is on the record. Then you got the offline transaction request, the TD security transfer. That's when the securities get transferred, and then the release of the block funds. That's what brings them straight to you. That's the SF form 5188. No, you don't actually get a card. They just set it in a bank account, but some people do get cards. To become a private banker is an honor on behalf of your state. They will grant you access to your account, transfer all of your bonds, notes, securities, designate place for your private banking. They will give you something new, stepping into a secured security status. I'm going to go through it, a little bit of this so y'all can see. You are the power of attorney over the state, and you have the estate names exactly right. When you choose a name, that name will be permanently a name for the rest of your life. So when you have an estate name or entity name or office of representative or office of power of attorney, whatever name you have had to be inevitably put in your will, declaration of status, and classification. And what that is a cover sheet with your durable POA, your power of attorney, to show the parties, entities they are going to assign the power of attorney and the name of that attorney. So each and every one of your PWs has to be identical with your entities. This is a big stumbling block for a lot of people. So read this, go over it. This is private information. I'm just going over it quickly, letting y'all see it. This is really years of study that it took me to understand what's really going on. You're going to need, so when you see these documents right here, you're definitely going to need something called a medallion stamp. You cannot move and transfer securities without a medallion stamp. See, a lot of people don't even know what's going on. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Medallion stamp. A medallion signature guarantee. In the United States, a medallion signature guarantee is a special signature guarantee used primarily when a client transfers or sells U.S. securities. And then this is another court. This is another court. When you have problems with the courts, got another donation from 2 Country. I appreciate you. SEC investor complaint forms. All right? They'll be in big trouble. Then FTC, Federal Trade Commission. So when you file your complaints and want to enforce your rights, you want to do it with the IRS, the SEC, and the FTC as well. Once you've exhausted your remedies at the administrative level, at all the lower levels. That's what I'm going to go over today, man. Something a little quick. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. I got to get on the road. I got a private meeting in a little bit. I appreciate all y'all's donations. I received all y'all's donations. I just want to show y'all what it is. Let y'all know what it is. Go back to the picture. Ooh, I need the picture. There it is. If y'all want those documents, it's $10. Just leave a donation on the Cash App. That's all I got for y'all today. Prosperity is your birthright. Know that. Much peace and love. We got Angel in the building. He's in San Diego. We got Timothy Lawton in the building. He's been rocking with me for a long time. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody that tuned in, everybody that joined. I went over it very quickly, but I just want to make sure y'all getting the right information, y'all getting the documents. It's important that you do your own private study. Please do your own private study. And then when you speak it out loud and just read it over and over, repetition is the key. Get around the people that's actually already doing it. I'm going to send y'all those documents now. I'm getting off. Prosperity is your birthright. Stay tuned in, man. I got a private meeting today in Cali, and then we're headed back towards Atlanta. So if you're in the Atlanta area, hit me up. I'm planning on having a private event in Atlanta in September. It's going to be free or for a little bit of nothing, just a small donation. So I'm going to make that happen. So be looking to that. You're going to want to make a trip to Atlanta this September to get that private information. So Gay Healing, Holistic Metaphysics and Services says appreciate you. I appreciate you too. Much peace and love. So I'm in Atlanta area. I'm going to be there to the end of the month. So be looking out. I had a few people drop me a donation in Philadelphia. If I get a few more people, I will show up to Philadelphia. If not, I'm just going to send everybody their donation back. So let me know if y'all want me in Philadelphia July 3rd. I'll come out there if I get enough donations. But other than that, that's what I got for y'all today. Make sure y'all learn this. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, and share to at least 3 people. Much peace and love. Remember, prosperity is your birthright.